What is going on, guys? It is Radiant Sword here, and I'm coming straight out of my update video. Like I said, today we're going to be grammar. Today I'm going to be reacting to top 22 scariest SCPs, and again, thank you to Eetu Palo and Mendez. I forget your name, dude. I'm sorry. I am terrible with remembering names, but thank you for the suggestion. I actually have subscribed to Tats top videos before. I have watched some of their stuff. I love it. I have not watched this video, so I'm kind of curious to see how this is. The video, as you can see, is about 56 minutes long, but with my gibbering ass, it's probably going to be like 60 minutes. So I'm going to split this up into two parts. So that way you guys aren't being forced to watch a 60-minute video. Because I know it's during the school year. Well, it's April. School's ending here soon, so. Oh, big shout out to anyone who's still in school. Especially big shout out to anyone still in high school. I feel so sorry for you guys. It's been like 2 years since I've been in high school. And, yeah, I don't miss it. I don't miss high school. I mean, I miss my friends, but I don't miss high school. I don't. But enough gabbing out of me. Let's go ahead and get to the video. And let's go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a minute. The video you're about to watch contains content not suitable for younger audiences. The video includes videos and pictures of material some viewers may find offensive. If such material offends you, please refrain from watching this video. The 3D content shown in this video cannot be redistributed. The user must have expressed permission from the owner to upload the content. Parts of this video may appear blurred or unfocused. This is due to trademark copyright material from the respected owners who do not wish for it to be viewed publicly. All trademarks, names, logos, music, and sound clips appearing in this video are the property of their respective owners with which they are associated. All photoshopped and hand-drawn artwork shown in this video are created by the owner of the video and does not contribute to the rights to copyrighted content as it is held under the fair use law. So, this is my Tats top video. I'll leave a link in their description below. Go subscribe to them. They make some really awesome videos. I haven't been on the channel in a while, so I don't know what they've uploaded since, but the last thing I remember watching is the top 100 goriest games. Oh, that list was nice. But anyway, let us begin. Again.
Censored beats in this video are classified names or locations that are withheld from public hearing and are therefore edited for legal reasons from the SCP agency. In association with the SCP website, secure, contain, protect.
That's actually really cool.
This video contains disturbing content, violent content, scary
content,
it's flashing lights and sudden loud noises. Viewer discretion
he's a Geth, but I forget his name. He's from Mass Effect. I forget his name, but
the SCP Foundation is an organization of numerous doctors, researchers, and agents aiming to understand and catalog anomalous objects and keep them from getting into the wrong hands.
SCP objects are classified into 3 main categories of safety. Safe or understood objects which can be left alone with no major consequences. Euclid are not well understood objects.
Okay, it's Euclid. I don't know if it was Euclid or Euclid.
If not actively
and
watched.
Keter.
And Keter.
Yeah.
For dangerous objects that will break containment and do harm unless they are surveyed 24/7 and may cause an end-of-the-world scenario.
Jesus. Gotta get that taurine and L-carotene in me. Or L-carnitine in me.
SCP SCP-1351. Object Class Euclid. SCP-1351 is a cave located within the Mammoth Cave National Park in Kentucky. Interestingly enough, this cave in no way follows the rules of gravity, space, nor time, as the warp tunnel beneath this sanctuary of the Earth's surface wraps around itself to form its own gravitational point. Basically, the floor begins to twist, and the one rock wall twists alongside.
The same image with false coloration to indicate location of expedition members. Yellow figures are on the floor relative to the camera. Red figures are on the ceiling relative to the camera. Green lines indicate the boundary between local gravity fields. That is
Reassuming
creepy.
positions parallel to its original location. It's been reported that the gravity within the cave depends on the situation and angle of the floor.
Really?
The cave enters with a hole in the ceiling, which is unusual in comparison to the majority of the caves in the national park.
Gotta twirl my handlebar
However,
mustache.
the temporal anomalies within the cave itself has gained the most attention, as no one can give logical reason to explain why they happen, or how they happen. A standard perimeter fence and signs warning away unauthorized personnel, and the access road to the entrance of SCP-1351 is marked Authorized Vehicles Only, to match nearby park roads which are not open to the general public. The permanent security team are the United States National Park Rangers and civilian speleologists. SCP-1351 was most recently discovered in 1995 by National Parks speleologists, mapping the cavern to
That was the year I was
determine
born.
if it connected to the main cave system in the park. 3 expedition teams surveyed the interior between 1995 and 2002, determining the cavern to be sufficiently safe for a permanent research presence. Research operations are still ongoing. SCP-0...
Yes! Oh my god, he's my favorite!
Class Euclid. SCP-04...
Actually, on this one right here, he's no longer Euclid. If I remember correctly, the SCP just recently bumped him up to Keter. I think I could have been wrong. There could be a lie someone told me. But I remember reading something about him being upgraded to a Keter class, which is terrifying, because he is by far one of my favorite SCPs of all time. Ah, I love SCP-049.
49 is another humanoid character who, in addition to his mask,
Creepy as fuck.
wears a black hooded robe, replicating that of which worn by plague doctors in 16th century Europe.
Yeah.
Further studies reveal that his clothing is actually a part of SCP-049's physical figure, and although it feels like leather, it is actually the same material as its muscle tissue. 049's touch is invariably lethal to humans, causing the victim to suffer and then die. The plague doctor will dissect the body, injecting certain chemicals into the victim. After a period of a few minutes, the victim will resume vital signs and appear to reanimate. However, it seems completely without higher brain functions, and will wander aimlessly until it encounters another living human. At that point, the adrenaline and endorphin levels increase to approximately 300%, as it will attempt to kill any human beings it can find, before returning to its mindless state and wandering until it comes across more humans. Detailed autopsies of 049's victims have found several unusual substances within the body,
Yep, the
including
disease.
an in the sternum region. However, several have yet to be identified and remain classified. The behavior of SCP-049 is unpredictable, and although it doesn't seem too menacing, the physical appearance is far from inviting. SCP-049 is held in a research sector heavily guarded and monitored at all times. It's been noted the SCP is capable of speech, as noted in one of the interviews held by Dr.
Now playing audio.
Are they seriously gonna do this?
57.
Date, blank interview, or forward, SCP-049 randomly began speaking with no obvious provocation. En route to a testing facility, Dr. Blank was recording notes at the time on a handheld microphone. Irrelevant data has been omitted. Oh, yeah. I wonder if this really got the sound.
What is this place?
What? It's a
laboratory. It is quite marvelous. I now find it no wonder I've seen so few victims of the disease in here.
Yeah. You see, I thought you incapable of speech. I'm somewhat startled you, can.
Oh my, yes, good sir, I simply prefer not to. Most victims of the disease are quite melancholy, and I do not react at all well to conversation.
God, I feel him on that.
I've seen you several times now, and have not detected the disease in you. Therefore I assume you are also a doctor?
Yes, actually. Call me but what disease are you talking about?
Why, good doctor, the great pestilence. What else?
Great pestilence? Oh, the plague. Yeah, should have seen that coming. But no one here is infected, I can assure you.
Oh, good doctor, I can assure you the pestilence is here, and I can sense it. It is my duty in life to rid the world of it. My cure is most effective.
Your cure? Your cure has cost hundreds of lives. Your cure is faulty.
Good doctor, my cure is most effective.
Explain how it is effective. Answer me! Dr. acknowledges authorized personnel to report to Lab 15A immediately. This interview is over. Subject refuses to speak and will now be placed back into containment.
End of recording.
God, I'm sorry, but I actually have never watched before, and I only have the one soundbite of SCP saying, "You're not a doctor." But that was not in this. I don't know where that came from, but fucking, I love the voice they've had for him. And I know I've been wanting to talk about this for a few, but so I started to read up more on SCPs. When I did the top 10 scariest SCPs, I was, very skeptical and like, oh, it's a fake thing. But after reading some of the notes and stuff on the wiki, I'm actually starting to consider, what if SCPs actually do exist? Because they say that there's so many undiscovered SCPs. What if one of the things in our own homes, one of our daily, everyday use things is an SCP? Or what if we come in contact with an SCP in our daily lives and don't know it? And the idea of that is terrifying. And, I could be wrong. And this could all be made up. But I highly doubt it's made up. I actually do think that, we have seen that there are supernatural things in this world. And there are anomalies that happen in day-to-day life that science cannot explain. And as an advocate for science, I'm all for scientific theory, scientific research, and the way of bettering the community, and just, overall science in the way of exploration and curiosity. If I do this, what will happen, and all this good stuff. But there have been things that science just can't explain, and it makes me start to wonder, what if at least some of these SCPs are real? What if there's an actual, because conspiracy theory time, what if Area 51 is where this building is? Because Area 51 is a large area, and I've seen geographical maps of Area 51 thanks to the deep web. I feel like I should not be saying that. I feel like just for saying that, I instantly have like 3 snipers outside my window aimed on me. It's like Marvel when you try and talk about a sequel or an upcoming movie. Marvel's got snipers trained on their actors 24/7, ready to take it out if they spill any beans about a upcoming movie. But yeah, I actually probably not. I should have said that in this video. But anyway, people have figured out on these maps that there are hundreds upon hundreds of underground warehouses in Area 51. So who's to say that the SCP Foundation does not have a branch in Area 51? Who's to say that SCP-049 does not exist in Area 51 somewhere? You know, again, this could be just be my mind being overactive and, you know, wanting this stuff to be true because I love stuff like this. But at the same time, you know, it makes me wonder. Also, there's a lot we don't know about what's going on in the world. There's a lot of underground research bases. Hell, here in Ohio, one of the airfields nearby, I've had several people tell me that there are underground labs under this military base that no one is allowed to go into. And, you know, I've seen it. I've seen the mysterious cars drive by the airfield, because when we go somewhere, we have to drive by, because we go like to Dayton. We go to the Dayton Mall and all that. We pass by this air base every time we go to Dayton. And I've seen, you know, mysterious black Buicks, you know, coming up out of like stairwells in the ground and all that. So who's to say that there's not more underground bases? Who's to say that, you know, we know our government hides shit from us all the time. All governments hide top secret shit. So who's to say that this does not exist somewhere underground or something, or somewhere in the far reaches of the US or the world we're not allowed to go to? Again, I feel like I should not be saying any of this because I'm setting myself up to, like, I feel like there's going to be snipers outside my door, and then, like, the NSA is going to be, like, honing in on my videos and conversations, and there's probably FBI guys outside my house right now listening to this conversation. You know, I'm probably going to have my videos, like, monitored and all that shit, but I don't care. You know, I'm all for, you know, curiosity killed the cat. Oh no, what was the saying? It was, yeah, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. And, you know, I'm always curious about, you know, secrets and all that. I love it when people, like, reveal secrets and shit. It's fascinating. I also love developing theories and all that. You know, it's fun. It's this morbid curiosity that, what if it could? What if it would? What if there is a humanoid plague doctor, you know, hidden in a research facility somewhere? But enough rambling. I'm getting ahead of myself.
SCP-1382. Object Class Euclid. SCP-1382 is a Red Sea Mark water buoy floating on the surface of Lake Michigan. All air and sea traffic must be redirected away from containment site. Although SCP-1382 has taken a fair amount of structural damage during its lifetime, it still stands tall, occasionally flashing out the SOS distress signal in Morse code in 10-second intervals. This mysterious buoy is anchored to a downed airliner lying deep beneath the surface of the water named Flight 441. This derelict aircraft contains the skeletal remains of 56 passengers and crew members who begin to animate, obtaining their natural body temperature of 37.0 degrees Celsius as registered by thermal imaging scanners, and assume into the crash position in their seats. After 13 seconds of activity, all instances of passengers turn to face SCP-1382. They remain in this position until SCP-1382 ceases its SOS, at which point they collapse and become inert. It has been reported that the passengers are distressed due to the accounts before the crash, as opposed to the crash itself, implying that every passenger is stuck in some kind of time loop.
One of the many reasons I will not go in the ocean. One of the many reasons I will not go in the ocean. Fucking the ocean, we've only explored, I think, like, what, 5% of the ocean? And it's been how long? Fuck that. Fuck that, and fuck whatever's down there. Fuck whatever is down at the deepest dark depths of our ocean. Fuck it, as long as it stays down there and away from me, I will be fucking fine. But you will never, ever see my ass going far out in the water at a beach. I will go until it gets to my chest, and then I will not go any further. I refuse to go any further. I will not scuba dive. I will not go in a cage underwater. I will not do any of that shit. Fuck the water. Fuck the open ocean. And fuck the Marianas Trench. Fuck. Goddamn. Fucking God knows what's down there.
SCP-002. Object Class Euclid.
We haven't seen any Keters yet.
SCP-002 resembles a tumorous, fleshy growth with a volume of roughly 60 centimeter cubed. An iron valve hatch on one side leads to its interior, which appears to be a standard low-rent apartment of modest size. The interior of the fleshy sphere is decorated like a low-cost rented apartment, with furniture made up from biological matter, such as bone, hair, and more, all of which are from the human body. In addition to this, there is also a window to be found on the interior, though no such breach can be seen when trying to view from the exterior. All matter tested thus far show independent or fragmented DNA sequences from each object inside of the room. There have been 7 cases of Foundation personnel disappearing after entering this SCP for examination, and roughly at the same time, new furniture could be found inside of the room, consisting of a lamp and some rugs. The furniture was, again, made up of the biological matter of the human body, presumably the biological matter of the 7 personnel that mysteriously disappeared. As detailed in the archive under the Mulhausen report, SCP-002 was first discovered in a small crater in northern where it struck Earth from orbit in 1994. SCP-804. Object Class Keter.
Yes, our first Keter.
SCP-804 is said to be the remnants of a sculpture found by a group of artists. Said sculpture consists of a model, transparent globe with a few smaller globes situated around it. Whilst the globes swivel on the axis that they were constructed on, any man-made material within a 100-meter radius, including the tissue of a human being, will gradually decay. When it comes to inanimate objects, such as clothes, buildings, or anything else of the sort, the speed of decay is slightly accelerated. Biologically speaking, however, the corrosion of the body is a great deal slower, and requires a long period of exposure to cause any permanent or noteworthy damage. This mainly consists of loss of body mass and leaving with symptoms of severe starvation, but both of these aspects can be fixed with the correct amount of medical care. Exposed to what...
Shit, if this thing exists, fucking... I'll walk my fat ass to Antarctica and stand in front of it. Shit. Wait till I'm skin and bones, and then just fucking walk back home. Like, wait till I'm skinny as fuck. Just walk back home and like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm skinny now. I'm gonna work out. Fuck, I would walk up this thing in a heartbeat if it... You know, because I'm good at beating starvation. All I gotta do is just drink water, and I'm like, I'm not hungry anymore. Fuck, if it, like, solely decays body mass. I'll lose muscle, but I can build that back up with protein. The new SCP weight loss system. Do you want to lose weight fast? Do you hate working out exercise? Do you want to travel? Well, then we have got a thing for you. For 3 easy payments of $59.95, you can purchase this ticket to Antarctica and touch the magical SCP Keter globe, where the fat will literally melt away, leaving you feeling nice and ready to start your new body and your new life all over again. Warning, may cause starvation, death, disappearing of clothes, disappearing of buildings, and may result in a sense of paranoia and or hypothermia. Use at own risk. Buy it today. I'm sorry.
Whatever force this SCP emits for an extended period of time would cause the skeleton to collapse and inevitably lead to death. Tests have been carried out to see if the results obtained from the reaction with human matter would be the same as with animal matter, but to no avail. Because of the nature of SCP-804, it is not contained within any Foundation facility, believing the effects of the SCP could destroy its own containment and seriously compromise any other containment nearby. SCP-2998.
What are we
Object
at?
class,
30 minutes.
safe. SCP-2998 is an anomalous radio signal picked up from all quarters of the solar system. It's not yet known where the origin of this signal is, or when it began its transmission, but the SCP Foundation made it a point to prevent all personal radios from detecting and listening to SCP-2998 until further research is conducted into the safety of the signal, as
Is it the
well
WoW
as its
signal?
origin.
No, because the
SCP-2998
WoW signal was not
is just
from the
a
different,
consistent
was not from the far
electromagnetic
corners of the
signal,
galaxy.
which previews
The
white
WoW
noise
signal was
at all
one signal that was
times.
gotten
No
in,
means have been found to decode the
pig.
signal until 2011, when the signal was also found to contain a video transmission of a humanoid entity floating aimlessly in a dark room.
The
No
fuck?
background information has thus far been obtained about what this message could possibly mean, or why the message is being transmitted at all. But due to bodily gestures that the aforementioned humanoid was conducting, it can be presumed that whatever it was in clear physical distress. It was initially theorized that the Foundation may be picking up signals from a television show, though this was considered highly unlikely due to the random and complex encoding of the transmission. We simply do not know.
Fuck that. Fuck space. Fuck everything that we do. Fuck space. I love space to death, but fuck space at the same time.
1875.
Fuck.
Object class, Euclid.
I like this guy's voice.
SCP-1875 is a Victorian-era chess machine consisting of a steel chessboard table, a drive shaft, a stationary steam engine, and a suit of 18th century samurai armor. However, the machine itself is powered by a biological system that controls a matrix of 64 electromagnets using an engine created from the combined brain tissue of the twin daughters of a Russian chess prodigy.
Weird.
A complete set of 32 pieces carved in the Oriental style from human bone, with each piece affixed to a thin 0.31 centimeter base pad of ferromagnetic iron. Effectively, the whole thing runs on the souls of the two little girls. It is said that the souls will perform illegal moves during a game and make illogical turns whilst playing. SCP-1875
So me during
containment
chess?
permit no use of data network devices, and a child psychologist to be present. The Euclid ranking of this SCP seems very appropriate, considering the fact that we do not fully understand how it works, nor why it works, nor what works within it. Only the premise is understood at this point.
That's creepy.
SCP-823. Object Class Euclid. SCP-823 is an abandoned amusement park located in a... It is responsible for the deaths of an unfathomably large amount of people, nicknamed Bloody Sunday, because of the 231 people dying in the theme park due to the accidents of staff members and customers alike. The majority of these deaths were horrifically violent.
I know this bitch. Oh, they can censor it all they want. I know this. It's a Six Flags park in New Orleans. Yeah, this is a Six Flag park in New Orleans. But it was closed down because, for that same reason, it was dangerous, but also because of Hurricane Katrina. It's It's mainly dilapidated and destroyed now for the most part. But yeah, if I'm correct, don't let the bleeping fool you. I'm pretty sure they're talking about the Six Flags roller coaster park in New Orleans. That's what it looks like. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the one in New Orleans.
Some examples include a mascot found dead of suffocation, a group of people found decapitated on a roller coaster, a couple fused together on a ride, and a mutilated man found in the Hall of Mirrors. Foundation personnel are found surveying the area, and are instructed to avoid an area known as the Red Zone. The Red Zone is an area where no one can enter, not even by those of the highest authority. It isn't stated as to why the Red Zone cannot be accessed, but it does claim that anyone who attempts to enter will be terminated by sniper fire. Should music or piping be heard emanating from within the Red
Probably
Zone,
some military,
Foundation personnel on site are immediately prepared.
The reason it's called the Red Zone is probably because they're doing military experiments there and shit. They don't want people poking their noses and figuring out what's going on. Guarantee that's what it is.
To use protective earplugs and withdraw from their positions to a 2-kilometer period beyond the currently established Yellow Zone and inform Foundation scientific personnel immediately.
Fuck.
SCP-1981. Object Class: Safe. SCP-1981, or commonly referred to as Ronald Reagan cut up whilst talking, is a strange, distorted videotape of Ronald Reagan making his evil empire speech. The tape itself is made from all of the normal materials that you would expect to get from a Betamax tape.
Betamax,
The tape was originally encountered by a filing clerk in the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in 1991, 11 years after this original speech was made. During the tape, Reagan's face seems to fall apart, cuts opening up on his face and eyes becoming bruised. The video continues until his vocal cords are severed. Occasionally, during the beginning of the tape, a figure clothed in black robes and a pointed hood appears in the background, which replaces another member of the press detail. SCP-1981 is kept inside of a secure video storage unit in the media archive of Site. Years of natural magnetic interference have severely degraded SCP-1981's signal quality, making it even more difficult to sift meaningful information from continued playbacks.
If I remember correctly, I could be wrong on this. Wasn't Reagan president during the 80s? No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No? Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. I think Ronald Reagan, no. Fuck, I feel stupid for this. It was either Nixon or Reagan that was president during the 80s. I'm not sure on that one. I know it's kind of unrelated, but I just think it's funny that it's SCP-1981, if I remember correctly. That was during Reagan's term. I don't know. If I'm wrong, let me know, because I feel like I'm wrong. I feel like it was Nixon. Nixon was president in 81. Alright, the 20-minute mark. So 2 more minutes.
SCP-342. Object Class: Euclid. SCP-342 normally takes the form of a mass transit ticket for the closest form of mass transportation to its current location. At the moment, it takes the form of a train ticket, departing from transit station. When held by a sentient person for any length of time, it will eventually change form into a transit ticket for a form of transportation that its holder desires to use. The transformation always takes place when not being directly or indirectly observed. No recordings of SCP-342 changing its form exist at this time. Anyone who uses SCP-342 to board a vehicle is unable to exit the vehicle by any means. When the vehicle reaches the end of its route, the one using the ticket will cease to exist in our reality.
Jesus.
Any user of this SCP claims to feel extremely paranoid and have an uncomfortable and uncontrollable dread consume them. Specifically, the way in which they describe their emotions when in contact with the ticket resembles acute paranoid schizophrenia, as all who witness a perception of darkness outside of their vehicle, including a mass amount of fog or the portrayal of night.
Silent Hill.
Witness reports claim that victims mumble to themselves.
Silent Hill confirmed. The ticket fucking takes you to Silent Hill, bitches. Fuck. I take the train a lot. Fuck. I got here. I moved to Ohio via train. You know how terrified I would have been if I had known this? If I had watched this shit before getting on that train in Georgia, I would have been terrified as fuck. I would have been like, you all better fucking duct tape me to the fucking outside of the train, because my ass is not sitting down comfortably knowing that I could have a possibly deadly ticket to take my ass to Silent Hill. Fuck that. I've played the games. I know what goes on there. I don't want anything to do with Silent Hill. I am good. Fuck that.
Grow an intense fear of other passengers and the conductor. There have been several experiments with different transportation networks, each yielding different results.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
SCP-610. Object Class Keter. SCP-610 is a contagious virus that starts out with a small rash, which will then lead to intense itching and skin sensitivity. However, after 3 hours, the skin disease will spread in such a way that skin
I'm getting fucking itchy. I don't like this shit.
Completely consuming the affected person after a full 5.
Fuck, I need a second. Fucking bullshit. Fucking itchy from that shit. I hate when that happens. Goddamn placebo effect. Fuck. Oh my god. Fuck, stop the goddamn itching! Oh my god! That's fucking, I hate that shit!
5 hours of being infected. Following the...
You want to, if I keep saying the placebo effect, that right there is placebo effect. Fucking starts off with itching and a rash, and I'm fucking itching like crazy. God damn it!
This is the life functions ceasing for a full 3 minutes before starting again at a rate of 2 or 3 times the regular activity rate for a standard human being.
Jesus.
This leads to the sprouting of several limbs, like a leg or an arm. The skin disease can affect one in such a way that the head will become so misshapen it will barely be recognizable as being a human. The victim will sit in one place and root itself to the surroundings that it is located in, consuming objects around it with his or her own flesh. The area that SCP-610 affects is close to Lake Baikal in southern Siberia, and it was first reported from the Russian government through undisclosable channels. The reports consisted primarily of disappearances of farmers in the region, and were not considered until local police and government agents failed to report within a 72-hour period. Observation of SCP-610 infected settlements have been established using artificial methods such as remote robots and drones. The data returned from these observations, coupled with the openly aggressive nature of the infected to attempt to spread SCP-610, has resulted in the Keter classification. However, so long as nothing is allowed to enter or leave the infected areas, it is considered to be a neutralized threat.
Fuck that. Fuck that, dude. Fuck Siberia. I'm just kidding, I love Siberia.
SCP-122. Object Class
Okay, this is SCP number 11.
Keter.
Or this is the 11th SCP. So after this, I'm going to go ahead and stop and then do part 2 and do the last 11. That way it's 11 in each episode.
As strange as it may sound, SCP-122 is a child's nightlight designed to look like a star. This product is unregistered and has no brand name written anywhere on the structure, so it's safe to presume that this nightlight is but an anomaly of its kind. Reports indicate that when it is in an unpowered state, the nightlight will affect anyone within a 500-meter radius of its location. When anyone enters the radius, they will slip into an REM sleep and will be sent into a comatose state until the nightlight has recharged itself.
Fuck.
While comatose, subjects will claim that they have seen humanoid figures that are formed from a black, translucent mass of shadow from somewhere around the light. Figures have been described as sentient, with physical properties similar to that of the subject. In a powered state, the sleep pattern of the subject will be affected greatly. Claims have been made that the subjects will have disturbing and psychologically tormenting dreams that have often led to insomnia.
The fuck is that in the corner?
SCP-122 was first discovered within the Linnell Children's Hospital on the
Oh, fuck that!
after several reports of its manifestations reached locally embedded agents. Recovered documents indicate that a patient brought SCP-122 when being admitted. However, no record of the patient's identity has been found. SCP-122 is stored in a standard containment chamber containing a single electrical outlet. Personnel are instructed to routinely monitor SCP-122 at all times and never let it enter an unpowered state. During a breach which caused the death of 17 site personnel, security footage witnessed several maintenance personnel tampering with the SCP-122's chamber lock. When questioned, the subjects claimed that they had done so under duress, saying that a canary was not allowing them to sleep until they released SCP-122.
Oh,
Affected subjects were given Class A anesthetics, and containment procedures have been revised.
Alright guys, I'm going to end this in the part 1 here. This has been actually really interesting. Again, Eetu Palo, and you know what, real quickly, before I do this, I'm just going to go ahead and look up your name right now, buddy, because I feel bad that I keep forgetting your name. And it makes me look bad. And I feel bad for not being able to figure out your name. So thank you to Eetu Palo and Daniel Mendez for recommending this video. And I know that I said in several videos that I'll be linking people to the channels and all that. I have not been doing that. It has crossed my mind every time I've uploaded the video. So what I'm probably going to do is, over the course of the next few days, I'm going to be editing the descriptions of my videos and, you know, linking them to their proper channels. But I'm going to leave an annotation here and there to Daniel's channel and Eetu Palo's channel. If you guys want to go over and subscribe to them, you're welcome to. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in part 2. Peace.